Our member for St. Michael East.
Madam Chair, let me thank you for giving me the opportunity once more at this checkpoint of my long journey in the politics of Barbados. And I must congratulate you. I think this is the first time, Madam, that I'll be addressing you as the Deputy Speaker. And I'm sure that if you stay a little longer, you can never tell, you're likely to become the first female Speaker of the House of Assembly.
Thank you for your kind words, but I know when I should go.
Well, Madam Chair, I don't want to trouble you in any way.
Please do not.
I am a little flat in spirit because I regret that sometimes my colleagues don't have equal time. I don't know what the standard orders say. Other people likely to overrule the standard orders and decide on how long, I don't know. So out of ignorance, I'm a little concerned about that. And I would abide by the dictates of whoever is in authority.
Honourable Member, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you have 20 minutes, as I did, and most others did, but the honourable members who are ministers, they got an additional 5 minutes because they have ministries. So if you can abide with the 20 minutes, please, sir. Thank you.
Yes, madam. I just wanted some guidance to know what is the principle and what is the tenet within the standard orders of the House of Assembly that give the right to any individual to make a decision without any consultation. But then it's a matter that needs to be addressed. And I hope that in the form of governance that we will see coming from this new republic, that at least people who are classified in the manner in which we are classified as backbenchers, elected by the people of Barbados, not selected by anybody, that we would be able to play a more meaningful role. And madam, since I believe that I have been in this place for a long time, I don't believe that my first point of communication about any decision making should be when I come to the House of Assembly or on any kind of, what do you call it? WhatsApp, parliamentary WhatsApp, or anybody telling me about any Zoom. I don't even know if the rules were modified or amended subsequent to the coming in of these new digital tenants.
Honourable Member.
But no, I'm just telling you,
I'm following the rules, as you know.
Yes. It's
about time that you get your daughter and some others to teach you about the technology,
so
you get a better understanding. You're not too old to learn.
Yeah, but
madam, and I'm here working with the elderly, sir.
Yeah, but madam, I am more into the books.
Use your time, sir.
Some people like pressing buttons but don't know the English language. And I know sometimes they use the technology, but when they get to the grammar, they don't know if it has or have. So these things occur. I prefer to understand these structures and while gradually coming to the point where these things are happening. But I have a genuine concern, and I think this concern mushroom even more severely since we reached the stage of Republican status, that we should look back at the structures that came from Westminster and at least make the adjustments as we go forward. So, madam, I've also had the problem of having to face directives. Now, this is only a little preamble, baby.
That has almost taken 5 minutes of your time, sir.
Yes, but I always
we have timelines, thank you.
Madam, you know I always have a very long run-up.
Yeah, it can't be too long tonight.
And then the pace follows.
May have another long run, another place. But
yeah, okay, but madam, sorry again. But
yes.
I want to focus a little different because everybody made their little contributions looking at the body of the economy of Barbados, and everybody, all those who never even studied the subject in any serious way, never even went beyond arithmetic, all of a sudden become experts on the subject matter of economics. I prefer to follow the road or the directions of Kwame Nkrumah. So I prefer to seek ye first the political kingdom, and that is the way I enter into politics, right? And all other things will come unto thee. I believe that the politician is the decision maker. And I believe that the politician must shape the kind of politics. But you can only shape the kind of politics if you have a clear trajectory in the philosophy that underpins the form of governance. And so therefore I feel that the state has to play an important role at all times. I am not one of those people who would tell you that it might be so, but it's not what I agree on. That those who control the economy shape the direction of the state. The ministers must know that they have power. I am not going to water down the word power by using any term about any authority. Is because people don't respect the authority that you have. So if you have power, you have to learn to assert yourself as a minister. For a considerable time, those faces of people who look like me in here and outside been given political power. And there's an expectation, especially as a consequence of the historic journey that we have had, there's an expectation that we will see great economic transformation. There's an expectation that capital will not always dominate. And there emerge the labor's institution of a workers' union. But in addition to that, MPs must understand the importance of developing an economy that the landless people, the people devoid of capital, after 1834, that it is time that we do all that we can, even if you expand the economy or not, but to ensure that the black intelligent people, not the ones that don't accept that they have intelligence, but the black intelligent people becomes owners of wealth and business. So I want to put it on the table very early. Very, very, very early. I don't get into a state of euphoria over my traditional slave master expand its economy and start adding the word us to it. That we this and we that, and you have nothing but the salary that you get from here. I expect that members in this parliament would understand that when we talk about economic restructuring, all this economic restructuring and debt restructuring and so on, I don't want to see black businesses declining at a rapid rate in the society because the politician has done nothing of the time. If under a regime, the black businesses declined. I came up hearing people saying that the whole of Robert Street once belonged. But wait, it's called, no? Not in the Reconstruction period. They used to call it Black Wall Street. And I know how it was destroyed. Black Wall Street. But I also know Black Robert Street. And that is no more. I also know through the street, and through the street produced many black people that occupied the halls of Parliament. How do we feel with all of these skills in our hands? That people who stole the land, the people who exploit us, never pay a cent for labor. That we now glorifying and continue to have an economy that is still dominated by those same people. They will hate me till eternity. But I know this is the role that I will play. I'm not stopping anybody else from being an agent of whoever they want to. I am not saying that other people should not survive on the face of the earth. But I say, how do we redress these serious imbalances in our economy if we do not understand the priorities that must be given to the political energy of the politician over those who control the economy and work assiduously for the transformation of the economy into the hands of our people? Look, I had some friends, they are no longer around. Some of them. They had hotels on the South Coast. Their families struggling to keep the hotels. I saw there was a big industry, what do we call it? Industry with the clothes that make clothing? Textile industry, no more around. I bleed and cry for these people, the families. The children could not inherit anything because black businesses collapsed in this country. I know you can't do it the way it was done with the highway to air. I know that because I understand how the law is structured and how the international institutions exist and how they direct small states, especially third world states, that we must follow their directives. And when you don't, you end up even paying people when they have not even done the work because they have to come to some kind of legal settlement because of the language that you use here. I'm not going to use language that will cause such. But I want to say, for a long time, I have seen the Wayside Group of companies. As a black man, I felt very proud to know that a black man was in control of that. I have seen the Jose company grow. And I felt proud of that, and I would like to continue to remain feeling proud of that. There's nothing that these people did that was worse than these particular social types that was in possession of wealth for all of these years. There's nothing that these men did or is doing at this specific time that they should be experiencing the challenges that they are experiencing. And I want to at least be a voice, not for corruption, not for being subjective in my view because I'm a black man, but I believe that any one of us with a conscience understands very well that we have to do something to help these people. These people should not going to run from this country to go to other parts of the region in order to survive.
Honourable member, have me excused. You have 3 minutes to go, please.
Madam, I really want to get to St. Michael's East, and that is why I was very concerned about these rules, you know. I would never.
Please don't shoot the messenger.
No, I would never, madam, never at any time, especially now that you have that honorable standing in here, I would never like to know that I feel unhappy about any ruling that you give. Ma'am?
Honourable member, none of us has been unhappy.
Yeah.
Those are the schedules that were set.
Yeah.
Everybody has conformed as far.
And you see,
would you please, sir, continue?
Yes, madam,
Wrap
I
up.
will.
Thank you.
Especially if it pleases you. And I know that you're not going to be a dictator from the chair, right? As long as it pleases you, madam. My view, and then let me say this to all of you. I don't want to make a fuss out of anything, you know. But I am, as a backbencher, I believe that I am deprived on many occasions, as I said at the inception, from participating. I have to go cap in hand and beg somebody to fix a road. A man that spent all of these years in the House of Assembly. I got to go and ask, can I get a house? And I don't know, for a woman who doesn't have anywhere to live. There's no policy that tells me if you build houses in my community, how much houses I will get. I have people that don't have food. It might not be the minister, but I have to face playing a role walking through the door of the welfare department and asking the head of a department, these things are wrong. The structures must be changed. I have to wait till a minister that did not face the electorate in this country approve sometimes things that I asked for and could justify and approve. And that's why I said, in a calm way, I would love to be able to say something from a political perspective about the governance of Barbados, where we are now, not because of any particular prime minister or party. I live in a constituency, and for years I come here every day and talk about Zone 1 and whether the only change that has occurred is it changed from Zone 1 to Zone A, what that means to me and the people who are suffering in the Bell. What that means to the people or the children going to school at Belmont School, plus the environment is choked and clustered.
Honourable member, I hate to interrupt you, but I have been given the schedule because all the other members have their opportunity to speak for the limited time as well. If you would so kind, sir, to wrap up.
I will never disrespect you.
I wouldn't disrespect you.
So what I want to say to you is that those who believe that they could do to the honorable member from St. Michael's East what they do to other people who love the name backbencher, if you do it to me here, I don't have to even come back in here. I could go to the people with a branch meeting or community meeting and speak my position on these issues. It is not right to come in here and nobody give me the equivalent of an introduction in time. I am restricted by the constraints of time in which I had no say. It does not conform. I doubt very much. I don't know the standard laws that great. Some people come to Parliament and learn more standard laws and have basic inputs into discussions. I want to have discussion. I want to engage. Madam, look.
Honourable member, I understand what you are saying, sir, but I will wish you to conform in the light.
I will.
And to just let you know, I agree with you about the branch meetings and so on, to be able to reach your residents and your constituents, because I conformed with the same limited time you have, and I'm a backbencher. So will you please wrap up, sir?
And I'm going to do that now.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just give you notice in advance.
Thank you, sir.
That I will
His Honor will
go to the people that I represent Because this thing about giving people special slots deliberately, because I am not a significant other, so if you give me a slot at a specific time and other people speak, everybody can see them because them is significant others. I am not. All I'm saying, madam, I can only put it to you. And if it was any other person, I would put it to them as well. Madam, I am not satisfied with the manner in which the parliamentary proceedings are being governed by leader of the House or whoever, or deputy prime minister or whoever. I am not satisfied with this happening to me without any form of consultation. Thank you very much for the time you allow.